I started getting more open to the world. And so much comment after this Binyamin thing and Silver Don and really made me to come back. People start request and ask me, where you gone, where did they, and miss you. And my old time friend from Spanish Town and some artists and producer from Jamaica start, link me.
Hello and welcome to Stargazing, show that brings you up close and personal with your favorite stars of reggae and dancehall music, Jamaican popular culture and people who've impacted society in a very big way. I'm Shaun Cain. In this edition of the show, we'll speak with Israeli-born dancehall artist Silver Don. Let's take a look. Reggae has made friends in just about every country across the world. Its message of peace, love and unity has never failed to connect with people regardless of cultural and other differences. One of the most amazing places that reggae and dancehall music has found an ally is Israel. The music of Jamaica has managed to establish a powerful support base there, and its biggest ambassador is Gili Binyamin, better known as Silver Don. Silver Don has told the Stargazing with Shaun Cain Show that he was conscripted into the Israeli army, where he spent several years defending his country from missile and other life-destroying attacks. The devoutly religious dancehall artist was born in the southern Israeli coastal town of Ashdod, about 32 kilometers from the Gaza Strip. He says retreating to bomb shelters is a normal part of life in Israel. The 4,000 Years toaster revealed that only recently he and his family were at the beach when the sirens went off, warning that a missile was headed for his city. He said he and his family had nowhere to hide as the shelters were far away. The Bye 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 entertainer said that he could only watch as the air defenses spurred into action and shattered the bomb in mid-air. No one was hurt. When Silver Don left the army several years ago, he went travelling. His first stop was New York. It was there that he met several loyal dancehall artists and fans. After spending some time in America, he accepted an invitation to visit Jamaica to get closer to the birthplace of dancehall music. He settled in the community of Trial Heights in the country's old capital, Spanish Town. He attended dance parties and toasted over instrumentals played by sound systems. He was so good at recording and performing live, entertainment lawyer and businessman Lloyd Stanbury gave him a record deal in the 1990s. He subsequently performed at Reggae Sumfest 94, Reggae Sunsplash 94, Border Clash 92, Sting 93, Reggae Heroes on Parade 93, and many other popular shows. Silver Don has also collaborated with many artists, including Beenie Man.
Why forget hotter, fatter, deal with the matter. Girl, she a chat you, I go cut her like butter. Watch her, belt through the man, I want look her. Looks cause roadblock time you a wackle. I forget your body hold long with a platter. Carry down the holy vibe and the girl hotter. Father, mother, just become harder. Tell them Beenie Man again.
The high watermark of his collaborative works was with Grammy award-winning R&B singer Lisa Fisher of How Can I Ease the Pain fame. By the mid-1990s, the artist took the painful decision to head back home, as his father had unfortunately passed away. That trip turned out to be a 10-year break from the music. During his absence, Silver Don recommitted himself to his religion. Now he feels ready to return to the music to continue what he described as his divine appointment of helping the world to understand more about his culture and fellow Israelis who are peaceful and caring people. Welcome back. Silver Don, what's good, man?
Yeah, enough respect. Yeah, Shaun Cain. Yeah, start blazing, everybody. Start gazing, everybody. Enough respect, Shalom.
Yeah. Looking, man. Gazing and making sure that we find all the big stars, because I know that you did a lot of recordings back in the 1990s, and then you went quiet. So I'm just thinking, what happened to you? Why did you disappear?
Well, you see, I had the honor to work with so much good producers and artists and shows in Jamaica back then. I took it as a personal target, which I was aiming for it and enjoy it, and did the second album in New York. And then when I came back to Israel, my father passed away. So I decided to keep the Sabbath, and to religious and went really deeply in the Bible teaching and books, and left. I was really in it for almost a decade that I gone. But then guess what? Beenie Man now came to Israel like 2 years ago. And, he's my old-time friend, we used to perform the same places and thing back in the 90s. And he called me up. And we went to, we performed together. And I was, we did Frightened Seminar. I don't remember any lyrics or things because I was deeply in the Torah teaching and things. But when we come back, it's just like you're riding a bicycle, It don't matter how much you left it for. You go right back in it, and this what happened. And me and Beenie Man, we had this collaboration on the local radio, and it got viral. All of Jamaica too, and all of us kids. Them time me never have no Facebook nor Instagram or all them something. Me they really in the holiness thing, and me still in it. I still day in it, but so little I get myself together and record, and I find my good friends helping me out with production and stuff, and producing my songs, and I start being on the road for the second year already. Yes. Mission and no competition.
Yeah, it's good to have you back, man.
Yeah, man.
But then, as you mentioned, that you were very deep in your religious beliefs, and you went deep into the Bible to understand all of the spiritual this and that and all of that kind of thing. But now you're coming back to dancehall, which probably is slightly different from all that deep religious teachings and everything. I mean, do you think there might be a bit of conflict between you trying to maintain that religion?
I don't think it's at all. I don't think at all, because reggae, it give you the stage to express whatever is in you. It don't matter, You have, especially reggae, let's check out which part it come from. I know the holiness and the teaching of Marcus Garvey and some, holy business. And, I feel like, see me in my lyrics, I don't slack and I don't call no place name in the woman, body. And if I mention girls, is in a, respectful way. And that's about it. I use my music to deliver my message about peace, and as well as explain how one side of the story, the conflict down here and all of that. But that's what really people expect to hear from me. And I noticed that from way back, people, what you really have to say. No conflict, no problem with that, because I sing about myself and about my opinions, and I don't slack. I don't, So
you know what?
No wrong with that.
That's a good way to look at it, because at the moment we've got dancehall artists who are talking about God, and they're doing from a religious perspective. They are coming into kind of delivering their music. So you've got Papa San, who's doing it. He's a Christian. You've got Stitchy, who's doing it. Right. And now you've got Marion Hall. I don't want to say Lady Saw, because I think that side she put that behind her. But Marion Hall is getting ready to hit the dancehall stages again.
That's exactly what I want to say, Lady Saw.
So I think that you won't be on your own, being in dancehall, but coming from a religious or having a religious leaning. I don't think that, as long as you maintain that kind of spirituality and you talk about things respectfully and all of that, I think it would work.
It depends how you how you do it, how you provide it, and I think that is it's not holiness alone in a dance style. You have so much other things to talk about, about the governments and leaders and this and that, and some little things what happened to you as a couple with your woman, and so much other things to talk about, except holiness. So it's not holiness alone. Holiness will lead me, yes. But when we live the everyday life, you're facing some other situation than holiness. So you have to, move and program all heap of things, and that's what happened. You talk about it, so it's not alone. But when it comes to holiness, I try to deliver it in my best way, that lead my way still.
Yeah, that's your grounding. That's where you come from with all your music and everything. But I understand what you're saying, because there's so many social issues, as you mentioned, about financial situations, about governments probably making promises, not keeping those promises, and other things around us. Health issues, healthy lifestyles. All sorts of things are out there to talk about. It's just that in dancehall, you generally find that the focus is on just a very few themes. And that's why some of us might be tempted to say, well, how are you going to cope and survive in an environment like that where you have to be saying this or saying that? But as you say, you don't have to. You're in tune to the Stargazing with Shaun Cain Show, and our special guest is Silva Don. He is based at the moment in Israel. That's where he was born. But he spent some time in Jamaica, just understanding the culture and learning about the music and the language. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a moment.
Alright, come down now. Hey, Shaun Cain, when no say nice finger licking, yeah? Know about the fries and the dipping. Stargazing, know about the fall picking. But a where boy put in a chicken. Hey? A where boy put in a chicken. Shaun Cain, where boy put in a chicken. Hey? Anywhere we see me, I go trick him and find out where him put in a chicken. Yeah, tall boy, you know it's a school or Sabito. I represent for Shaun Cain, Stargazing. Where boy put in a chicken. Come down.
That's why I can't stop touch her now. I fall in love with the touch her now. Oh no, Father Knockins boss. Watch you now. You're not in tune to Shaun Cain and the Stargazing Show.
DJs, dancehall artists, reggae stars, rappers, soca kings and queens, Afrobeat stars and performers of other genres, are you about to drop a brand new single, EP, mixtape or album? Or have you just done it? Let us help you shout it out to a captive audience. These are people who just love music and can't wait to listen and enjoy your masterpiece. The Stargazing with Shaun Cain New Music Preview is the platform on which you can shout about your brand new tunes. What's the title of the record? Who is the artist? What's the backstory? When is the release date? Where is it available? This is the information your fans will need to download your music, add it to their playlists, and get rocking. Available on the Stargazing with Shaun Cain YouTube channel. Email gazingstarworld@gmail.com. Subscribe, like, share, and hit the bell. The Stargazing with Shaun Cain New Music Preview. Come on and get us rocking.
Yes, give thanks, people. You don't know, so this is the vertical poet himself, the lyrical poet, yeah man, wise words, and you're tuned into Gazing with the Stars, Stargazing. Find out more about your local reggae artists. Find out how they became artists. Find out what makes them tick. Find out how they was able to write these kind of hit songs. Stargazing, Gazing with the Stars with Shaun Cain, straight from London, England. You get me, mate? Oh bloody hell, did you get that? Gazing with the Stars, wise words.
You're tuned to the Stargazing with Shaun Cain Show, and our special guest is Silva Don. He's an artist who hails from Israel. He lived in Jamaica for a little while. He also spent some time in Spanish Town. He's learnt the culture. He's recorded lots and lots of songs over there. He's worked for many producers. He took a little break, and now he's back and he's ready to continue from where he left off. Silva Don, really great, man. But your journey, though, in dancehall is a very interesting one, because you were born in Israel, and then for a moment you were living in Spanish Town, and then you became a dancehall artist. Wait, how did that work?
Let me tell you, see me, I was a mad teenager, you know. No matter what, you know, a teenager, you know him stay. Anything when love him, just go forward in the business with nothing, do it to the end. So I was, you know, in my town, Ashdod in Israel, well, as plenty places, other places in the world. Bob Marley was really popular back then, and some other reggae, and I was following it, and it was really my hero. I started to listen more and more reggae things, and then we got some dancehall cassette, the old time cassettes from foreign. We have them, you know, like somebody auntie come back from France with a cassette, Gemini cassette, or what them name, Crystal Sound, Jamaican sound system. I used to listen, never understand a word, you know, but I listen, and I really, in my military service, during my military service, I have these bands where we were singing roots, and you know, in the little English that I have, roots and dance, a little bit of dance, just starting. But that was my goal, to turn a dancehall artist. I went after my service to I was you know, maybe 20-odd-year-old, 21. Went to Canada and New York, and I started to flex amongst, you know, Jamaicans and the local dancehall, Wagiti in Miami, and you know, I started to meet, you know, Jamaican friends and hang around and get more of the culture and the language, and they all encourage me, you know. They call me Silva Don because appear Silva me where, you know. So I say, yeah, Silva. They encourage me, say, yeah, when you come my yard, you boss already. Wow, you boss, man, you boss already. Everybody got crazy about you, and you just make a date and When I land in Jamaica, all of a sudden I realized that not really never so, because you have to work hard. It's not like say you just land and you is a star already. You have to work hard. So much competition, especially for a white man who come to Jamaica in the ghetto. You have to, know what you say, who to big up, not make a fool out of yourself. You have to know what, them little things you learn it little by little, living in Jamaica and understanding the dancehall vibe. I advise a tune and the next tune about Hebrew. Well, the first tune was it named Protection under the label Super Valley from Spanish Town. I don't know him gone. I know I don't find him again, but I hope he's alive. And then my own label named Hebrew Pattern, and which talk about the Hebrew language. Akiar in a Hebrew, you say mechonita. Hanaz gal bigne you are sit when they get them wine. So them kind of way. They used to carry more time, to join in. But this show was part of Clash, a really big show with Boozy the Rep on it, and everybody say, man, I so glad say I came 2 o'clock, which is a hot hour, and mash up the place. I still have the recording. And yeah, I mashed up the place, and I got, I started to get more shows, and then Steely and Clevey signed me, and they did an entire album for me, and yeah, started, to release it some other places like Japan and Switzerland, and build up on some fests and Reggae Soul Splash, and things did happen really nice for me at the time, yeah.
You're in tune to the Stargazing with Shaun Cain Show, and our special guest is Silver Don. He is based at the moment in Israel. That's where he was born, but he spent some time in Jamaica, just understanding the culture and learning about the music and the language. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a moment.
Yeah, to the world, this is Talmudilla, bigging up Shaun Cain, the man who promote music and the culture of Jamaica like a hurricane and storm the world. Yeah. So tell me, Jilla, saying that's the thing. Big up Shaun Cain and the Stargazing. Saying
2x10 man, move real fast, yeah? This is the boy Master Record, the girls them checker. You're watching the Stargazing Show with Shaun Cain. Up and personal. 2x10 man, move real fast.
Hey yo, this is Silver Dan from Israel, and this is Shaun Cain and my DJ. I love to watch the show named Stargazing. Yeah, fire blazing. Shalom from Israel. Shaun Cain. What it done?
You're tuned to the Stargazing with Shaun Cain Show, and our special guest is Silver Don. He's an artist who hails from Israel. He lived in Jamaica for a little while. He also spent some time in Spanish Town. He's learnt the culture. He's recorded lots and lots of songs over there. He's worked for many producers. Lots of people, they go into music, and I'm not sure that they know why, or they probably go for some different reasons. But I was speaking to Pressure Busspipe once, and he said that his appointment is to preach righteousness to people. So I'm just wondering, how would you describe your appointment as an artist? What is it that you're there for? How is your music supposed to impact people?
Entertain and educate. Because sometimes, when the serious message come in, I'm trying to reveal the world something about the local Israeli, political business that some people misunderstood, because them get them knowledge from different sources, and I'm trying to explain the local way and, show them, say, we are not really warmonger, and so we are not really like conquerors, and we are not really, you can no way compare we to South African apartheid, no way, because over there in South Africa, everybody knows it's a wrong thing. As arms house. I mean, everybody knows as different people come from different places and take off land, take off this and take off that. Here is a different situation, and there's an exile. Those are people that come back to their land, and they're willing to live in peace, and then get some attacks, and they're willing to sit down and to talk, but it's not really so. Well, it's not a simple situation, and I'm trying to explain it. Mm-hmm. And this is really a heavy duty of mine, That's why I see myself as a messenger. Mm-hmm. As a messenger, yeah.
So your
in this aspect,
Yeah, so your appointment is as a messenger, and you feel that it's very important for you to explain the Israeli conflict with the Arabs here, so that people can have a better understanding, because you think that they have been exposed to it, information about it, but they probably got it from a source that might be a bit biased, a bit tainted. But then you sang also about 4,000 years, and I suspect that that's
Exactly.
got something to do with that. So tell me a little bit about the backstory to 4,000 years. What's that song about?
It's important to explain that we are lovable people and peaceful, and we are no warmonger. And thank God, it's long time that the situation is quiet now, so we can deal with some everyday things like our music too. And mm,
Have you ever experienced any of this conflict? Has it ever been close to you, like gunshots firing, bombs falling out of the sky, close to where you live? Has that ever affected you?
it's easy. Where I live like what 40 minutes from Gaza Strip. So every other day, like call it every year or 2 years, we get a war. So we get missiles, the missile siren, the war alarm is going on. So you have to run, get your children, and go rush them to the shelter, and then we just sitting there. And there's probably in each attack is maybe 8 or 12 missiles, heavy missiles, drop in your town, sometime in your area. So you just sit down there, you lock the door, and you count to 20 or 25, and then you hear the boom. And hearing the boom, I can tell you already how far is from my place. If it's 100 yards, a kilometer, or whatever, 'cause we used to it already. And thank God, we survived it, and we got many attacks of missiles in my town. But all my children too, we not really, get panic and hysterical, because we know it already. One last year, it catch us, I think, last year, May. Yeah, last year, May. We were in the beach, me and my children then. And all of a sudden, there's a war alarm did go on, and we have nowhere to rush. So we just watch it. We just sit down and watch the sky. Right on top of our head, we see the missile then, and the attack, the missile protection, I call it. Is our system will shoot the missile.
Exactly. Thing, just shoot them out the sky.
So you just watch us, you just watch it right above your head, and I just saw. So there's no school keeping or workplaces during the war. But once it used to be like, it used to last for an entire month, but nowadays is like 2 weeks or a week and a half. Everything's frozen with the war, and thank God is almost nobody not dead. With all my people really keeping the instructions, going to the shelter room on time, and protecting themselves and follow the orders. So thank God. Well, this is reality down here. I know it's not so joyful and pretty, but this is our land, and this is our place. Our children are growing here. You say, yeah, so we there. Yeah.
I hear you, sir. Well, that sounds a bit like a little of the dark part of things, but let's see if we can brighten it up a little bit more by looking at your music again. You've done collaborations, I know, with General Degree and some other people. So talk me through some of those songs of your kind of back catalogue, what you did back in the 90s and so on.
Well, actually, the latest one, except Bye Bye Bye, is going really nice lately on the radio. Sounds special. Before that, I have last year, Liquor Hero collaborated with me, tune named General, and it really doing well. I know it's doing really well in the radios around the world, and especially in Jamaica and sound systems. We've been done so much dub plays for sounds, and people love it. And I have many. Like, if you want me to go back to the 90s, I had General Degree, I had Skullman, I had Paragons, which I really love these bands from Yamini. Yeah, it was a great pleasure. Yeah, a great pleasure to collaborate with them. Again, of course, Lisa Fisher, this double Grammy winner. I happened to collaborate with her, which is is a really a great experience to to be in a studio with such a great singer, because you can tell, you know, the way she worked, the way she said from the mic in different places of the song. She's a great singer, Lisa Fisher.
Yeah, I remember
Good friend.
Fisher. I remember Lisa Fisher with "How Can I Ease the Pain." I remember that singer.
Exactly. Yeah, she's a great singer. And yeah, man, love things like that. Lately, Toots' son, you know, Toots, late great Toots, him have a son, a great singer, Junior Toots. We just collaborated. It's a roots tune, and we have to mix it now and release it same way.
Right, I see you're working with Philip as well. You know, he's looking after some of your PR kind of.
Yeah, man, Philip.
He's taking care.
Exactly.
What's it like working with him?
Yeah, it's great because, you know, Phil is a person where you can rely on, you can trust, and he works. And you know, the most important thing that he believes in my music. You know, he's really a great person beyond the fact that he's a great music person and a disc jockey and a producer. You know, above all of that, he's a great person, a nice person, and yeah, man, enough respect, Phil. One love, DJ Phil. Yeah,
I'm sure he'll be happy to hear that, man. He'll be pleased to know that you're quite happy with your association with him and what he's been doing to get your career to move in the directions that you want it to go. Very good. Well, it was really great talking to you, Silver Don, and I can see that, you know, you're still passionate about the music and you fully understand your appointment, because you know that your job is just to spread love and peace and happiness, and also to let people understand the story about your homeland. So regardless of what angle they got the information from, you want to put your perspective, bring that out there and put it to them so they understand. They can look at the different angles and then they can make a comparison and then make a decision, reach a conclusion as to what they think is the real story. And that's good. That's a big mission. So
exactly, yeah.
I see you've embraced that. So I know that you're quite happy to take on that task and that appointment. Well done, man.
Definitely.
Silver Don, it was really great talking, man. And before I let you go, I always challenge my guests to see how much they know about reggae and dancehall music. And I always ask them questions. So it's called Reggae Larger Than Life, the ultimate reggae music fun and games book. And the idea behind it really is just to show who did what, where, when, how, and why.
Okay.
Reggae, dancehall music, the genre it is today. So I've selected 2 questions from you.
Okay.
So you ready, sir? All right.
Like Freddie.
Already like it. All right, the first one says, this Rastafarian Jamaican kindly brought us a whole lot of greetings from Jah in 1986. What was the name of this brother? The options are Luciano, Everton Blender, Cocoa Tea, and Half Pint.
I'm a half pint, this man, a half pint. Greetings I bring from Jah.
To all ragamuffin.
You can't run.
Can't run. You're right on the money. All right, the second and last question before we wrap this all up. It says, unknown number. These are the days, and Now Go Jail Again are all popular tracks from the body of musical works by which St. Anne-born entertainer? The options are Busy Signal, Casanova, Delhi Ranks, and DeMarco.
Oh, DeMarco. A busy signal, that man. A busy signal. I know that tune there.
That's
busy signal. There.
The man is not going back again.
All right.
No trip to that place. He's done. So that was Busy Signal. That was good, man. You're a great sport, man. I can tell you that. You know,
real.
Music, you love the music. You're very passionate about it, and we're quite happy to embrace our culture and our music.
Yeah, man. Enough respect. You know, enough respect. It was a great.
Good, man. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So the question it's called Reggae Larger Than Life, the ultimate reggae music fun and games book. You can get a copy on Amazon, or if you're more into apps, the app is available from the Google Play Store. Just go to the Google Play Store. You type in Reggae Larger Than Life fun app. Download it.
I definitely do that.
That's good to hear, man. Good to hear. So,
yeah, man.
Silver Don, it was really great, man. So what's next for the man now?
In the meantime, there Israel perform as you notice, you know.
Yeah, because I saw that Bob Marley tribute concert the other day, and you were on stage and just doing your thing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, last Thursday. Yeah. I love the place over there. People love it too. You know this, how them real up and man. Yeah, man.
Just
People like Israel, they love reggae for true and that, man.
really, I was just
Yeah,
thinking,
man.
I was thinking, did you enjoy that performance? But then you kind of answered the question for me when you said people were all jumping up and down. That told me that you observed and you enjoyed yourself. So before we go, in terms of your social media handles, how can people reach you? They want to check you out.
Well, they can get, yeah, man. We have my YouTube channel named Silverdan Official, and you have the Instagram at the same name, and you have the Facebook, simply Silverdan, and you reach there and can comment and enjoy the music, and hope you like it.
Well, I've checked
respect,
out.
massive and crew, Shaun Cain and Hamas. Yeah, everybody, enough respect. It was a pleasure for you. Yeah.
Well, I checked out some of the songs and they're really great, man. Well, that's it for this edition of the show. Our special guest was Silver Don. He's done a lot of work in dancehall. He's also looking to come back because he took a little break from the music because of some personal events that took place in his life that he had to kind of remove himself from the music to deal with. Now he thinks that he's at a point where he's ready to come back. He's recorded some new music, he's released some new music out there, and he's ready just to pick up from where he left off. Just please remember to subscribe to our Stargazing with Shaun Cain YouTube channel. Like the videos, comment, also share them so that we know how things are going. That's it for this edition of the show. Please remember to join us next time when we'll have more people talking about great things and how they've helped to impact humanity and help to make this journey of ours a lot more bearable and enjoyable. That's it. I'm Shaun Cain saying thanks for watching. See you soon.
We not know how we and them at our work. If it is dread, they go so. Shabba-dam-da-dam-da-do. Shabba-dee-bee-dee-boom-dee-doo. Ba-dee-ba-da.